I think I'm coming down with the flu. Literally just now, that or I'm allergic to videotaping myself. Probably both. Hi guys and welcome. Today we will be playing The Sims 4 because I've decided it would be really fun for me to go into this game that I love where I can decorate a house dedicated to my OCs. The three main characters from The Graveyard Shift. From those who don't know, The Graveyard Shift is an indie animated show that I've been trying to make for the past while. And so right now I just decided, hey, I'm in a Graveyard Shift mood, but I'm not in the mood to work, so might as well play The Sims. Now before we dive right in, I am aware that people are very iffy with The Sims since it was sold to EA to another company and stuff. I don't really know fully what's going on there. I'm not going to lie. All that I know is that it's not good. So I just want to say that I got this game long before there was this drama and this discourse, and any and all packs that I have were bought before any of this happened, and I have no intention of buying any more packs or giving any of my money to the companies involved. So, with that out of the way, let's get started. I have already created my three Sims. Now, they're really rough, they're really badly done. I'm going to be honest. We just needed a household for them so I can move them all into a building and actually start building. So that's what we're going to do today. We're literally just designing an apartment and giving each character a room so I can really explore what I think my characters would like and maybe talk about the characters a little bit along the way. Now, I am going to say I think I am definitely coming down with the flu or worse because both of my parents are really sick this week. My throat has been at me all day. So if I seem a bit rough around the edges, that's probably it. But let's go. We are wearing our Graveyard Shift hoodie. We are ready to roll. So let's get started. Oh no, sorry, wait. Who just romanced it up? Ethel, don't be flirting with Andre. Jesus Christ. Okay, wait, who's flirting? Oh my god, sorry. I'm literally just looking at my characters. Okay, moving on. Okay, now that we have the money, let's get started. These are our characters. This is Andre Gauche. As you can guess, he is the only living person between all three of the cast. Andre is more of the loner type. He tends to keep to himself. He's very quick to temper, and he has a lot of lessons to learn in the show. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by what the characters are doing. Eddie, who is sleeping, is from 1987. This is Eddie. Eddie Delmar is from 1987. Why are all the characters embarrassed now? Did all of you try to flirt and it failed miserably? What the hell? Anyway, moving on. Eddie is from 1987. He's very witty, he's very sarcastic, he's very chill, he's very laid back. Ethel is very monotone. She has a pet leech named Brutus. She is also very cool. She's mainly here to help Andre figure out that he does want to live and he doesn't actually want to pass on sooner than he should, in simple terms. So let's move on and we can get more in depth with the characters as we start to decorate their apartment. Though we may need to move apartment because I fear this one might actually be too small for the cast of characters that we have. Okay, we are going to start with I think we're going to start with Ethel's room. Her one is going to be the most fun, I think, to decorate. We're also going to give her a window room because I love my queen. Here we go. Wall. Hmm. Let's plot out actually where all the bedrooms are going to be. I think this is going to be the living area. Going by personality, I feel like Andre would choose this room. He doesn't like large spaces. He prefers something smaller, more comfortable, somewhere that he doesn't really need to think all that much when he's entering. Okay, actually, let's start with Andre. He is our main protagonist. So for Andre, he's a very strange character. Trying to figure out his likes and his dislikes, particularly in his room, is going to be very hard. He doesn't really have a personality yet. He's learning that throughout the show. He's the type of character that would feel comfortable, honestly, in a box room with no posters up, no nothing. But that would be very boring for The Sims. So instead, we're basically going to try and make this room look like a college dorm, since he is in college in the show. So let me see here. I do know in my old college dorm, we had like really ugly carpet everywhere. Literally this ugly ass green carpet. So Andre is going to get, maybe we can get a, because we still want his personality a bit. Maybe we can get a little blue. A little bit of blue here. Yes. Okay. Let's look at the walls. What type of wall are we looking for? Wallpaper? No. Painted? Probably. I'm looking at the stuff in here. I'm going to have so much fun with Ethel's room. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Okay, we'll give him this little basic light, but we're going to move it. I'm going to put it right here because his desk is going to go here. So not right in the middle of the room, more like there. Okay, perfect. I'm going to go study, desks. Vintage books? He would, he would. Any movie posters? Because he's a film student. I'm gonna put it in a corner like this. Oh yeah. Okay. We're getting somewhere. And of course he needs a bed. Like right against the wall. That's just who he is. Like a lot of his hobbies are like writing. I don't think we have any room. I don't think there's anything in The Sims really for the writing hobby, is there? Because he also is a tech guy. Like he's the tech helicopter. Photography, I did give him that as a hobby, so we can at least put one thing maybe on his desk. On, I put the moving thing on. Why can't I just put it wherever I want to put it? Let me do the thing I need to do. Like, damn. Yeah, maybe on the desk. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. That's perfect for Eddie. Oh my god. Okay, whatever. I'll come back for you. Give him some storage boxes. Would I give him some fairy lights? I don't know. I feel like that's more of like later Andre type of thing. See, like the thing about Andre in the show is that he's a minimalist. Like he's very minimal, at least at the beginning, because again, he doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know what his hobbies are. He doesn't know what his like likes and dislikes are apart from writing and being a tech guy in theater. So we're trying to like figure that out for him. So I genuinely think like this is Andre's room. Like I think this is just it. Like this is his room for the time being until he figures his shit out. So this is Andre's room. Very, very basic. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Very boring, very boring. But I wanted it to look like a college dorm. So this is his room, very simple. He just freshly moved in. So now let's get a move on and let's move into Ethel's room. So this is going to be Ethel's room. She's going to be in the corner over here. I feel like these rooms are very big, so I'm going to actually make them smaller. I didn't realize how big Andre's room was going to be when I did that. So we're going to make her room, that's roughly the size of Andre's. Okay, and then Eddie's can go like here. Wait, we'll get a window in for him. Otherwise, he will kill me. Okay, there we go. Can I move the window? Yeah, I'll drag this window over here. Can I duplicate the window? No, I can't. Okay, I'll find you one day. Okay, here we go. Into Ethel's room we go. Put a nice door on. How are we going to set up her room? Okay. Ethel was from the 1300s, but she has kind of modernized throughout the decades, but she hasn't modernized that much. I think the closest we would get to Ethel is her idea of modern is the Victorian times. So let me see here. She seems like a wooden floor kind of gal. Like she would love a good wooden floor. Okay, I might actually need to finish this another day because I'm feeling really, really ill. So if there's a random cut and I look completely different, that's why I'm gonna go take a nap. Hi. Guess who it is? It's me. I'm back again. And I might be still sick, but I'm better than I was. So we're going to continue this and I can make judgments on my fevered mind making decisions against my will because Lord knows I cannot trust myself when I'm sick. So let's go right back into the game and we can actually start properly designing stuff. And maybe, just maybe, I'll actually be able to talk about the characters this time. Here we go. The apartment. How beautiful she is. I completely forgot about it. Now let's take a quick gander at Andre's room, if anything needs to be changed. No, I think his room is fine, even though it's glitching out quite a bit. I think his room is... Why are you all in his room? You know what? That's in character, I suppose. Those two sticking together, fair enough, in his room without his permission. Okay, now let's get into it. Let's fix up Ethel's room. Okay, Ethel as a character is very medieval. I don't know what I was doing the last time by trying to make this Victorian. She is medieval, so we're going to redo this room completely, like from scratch. We're going to redo it all over again. Let's get rid of this. Can I... room. We're going to try and make it look more medieval, so that includes changing the door. I do not care if these rooms don't completely match. I'm even going to change the windows because we're really, really, really going to go for that vibe. Okay, let's see here. Now, see, the bad part about this is that I don't have like any medieval mods or any medieval packs. So we're going to have to just freeball this and hope for the best. What I do know is I'm going to need a little bit of light. So I'm going to just throw in a random light bulb so I can see what's happening. Let's see here. Where's the ceiling light? We're just going to do a random one. No, that's going to distract me. We're just going to use this one for now so I can see what's happening in this room. Okay, and then we're going to go floors. So it seems like medieval homes usually had a dirt floor, like a wooden floor. So we're going to run with the wooden floor. I know photographs are definitely not medieval, but again, Ethel is the type of character who she did modernize some bit over time. And by modernize, I mean she brought herself up to at least the Victorian era, and she still has no idea what modern slang is. So don't even try yelling 6-7 at her. She will not have a clue what the hell you're on about. Let me see. For those who don't know, Ethel is a very, very accomplished young woman, particularly for the time that she was raised in. She was considered more of a healer. She paid a lot of attention to herbal medicine. She was very, very smart and very intelligent. And because of that, I am putting like a lot of these type of things in here. Like I feel like she would care about the arts. She would know about music. She would know how to play some instruments, that type of stuff. I'm trying to find if there's any medical stuff in particular that I could put down here. Um, oh, let's see here. Can I put some posters on it at least? Oh, chessboard. No, I feel like that kind of stuff will be in the common area. I don't really feel like it would be in her bedroom. Can I put on that? No. That's annoying. Study of the human form. Perfection. She also would have really weird shit in her room. She just would. And no one would be able to question her. If only I could give her a pet leech in this, but tragically I can't. See, I feel like her room is missing a rug, but considering the aesthetic we're going for, I don't think it should have a rug. I still feel like it's missing something though. Um oh, I know. We just need to give her like some plants and maybe a chair so she can actually sit and read. Okay, let me see here. Is there like candles I can use? Oh, look at that. I know that they're okay. Hold on. You're actually floating too far away from the wall. Let's bring you in just a little. There we go. Okay. Okay, I think this is Ethel's room done. I want to keep it dark over here because this is where she's going to go to sleep. Will she be able to get into that bed? Probably not, but that's okay. We'll make do. But I do feel like this room speaks to her with the dark walls, the wooden floors, this canopy bed, having these sketches. I think this shows off all of her interests. You know, we have the books here. We have. Whoa, no, why did I touch it? We have the globe here. We have a cork board here that she can probably use for all of her science projects. We have an easel. We have the sketches. We have all of this. I think this tells us enough about her to know that she is very, very smart. And while there is no chair for her to sit down and read with, it'll be fine once we get to like the living area. So that is Ethel's room done. And now let's go into Eddie's, which is going to be the most fun because I saw a lot, and I mean a lot of stuff that we can definitely use for him in particular because he's from the 1980s. So I feel like there's a lot of fun things we can do with his room. I might need to make his room just a little bit bigger though. There we go. There we are. Okay. So let's dive right in here and see what we can do for Eddie. Oh my god. My game crashed. And I didn't fucking save. Ethel's room is gone, I'm going to have probably a breakdown. Oh my god. This video doesn't want to be made. It doesn't want to be made. I got sick the first time I made it. And then the game crashed the second time I played it. Oh my god. I should have saved the moment I finished Ethel's room, but I didn't because I'm foolish. Oh my god. Moment of truth. Oh my god. I don't even remember what I did for Ethel's room. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and oh my god, I'm after tearing my trousers. And they're my favorite trousers. Did I just tear my trousers off my stupid chair? I did. I just ripped my trousers as well. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to go back and redo Ethel's room from scratch. And to do that, I'm going to have to look at the old video. So I might be back today. If I'm not, expect another cut. So give me a minute. I'm gonna have to redo Ethel's room from scratch again. One moment. Oh, and we're back. We're back. I did Ethel's room. I redid her room the best that I could. Let me just pull her up real quick. So a few small changes were made. Simply, sorry. Why is the wall green? I didn't do that. Okay, 1 minute. We need to fix this real quick. God damn it. Okay, 1 minute. So I redid her room the best that I could. I couldn't find some of the stuff that I used, such as the windows and the posters, so that stuff has changed. But I have started on Eddie's room, and I have decided that we are going to go with the 80s orange and yellows and browns and beiges. We're going to go with like that color scheme simply because for whatever reason I genuinely cannot find anything very retro and like retro looking, retro aesthetic in the Sims pack. So we're going to have to go with these colors. I'm not the biggest fan, but we got to do what we got to do. So that's sort of what we're working with right now. Um, let me just. I might make it blue actually, just to give it that otherworldly feel. So let me see if I can find the wallpapers again. Ooh, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Which wallpaper did I use? I used the rainbow one. Here it is. Okay, there's like this one. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, we're actually gonna go with like blue tones now actually. Here we go. I'm really liking what I did with Ethel's by giving her like a little platform area. I really vibe with the platform areas. So let's see if I can do that again. Now, see, the thing about Eddie is he's a really big sports guy. He was in baseball like his entire life, thanks to his dad. But he was also a scout. He was in the scouts and he was on his way to becoming like a camp counselor. So let me try and find him some stuff because I saw that badge board and I want to try and find it again. We can put like at least a football in his room. make it a little messy because it's Eddie. Oh, here it is. It's different colors. I'll give him this one. I'm gonna put it up here. Hold on, we're gonna get some stuff. Like, we're gonna get all the bigger stuff out of the way first, and then I can go into the knickknacks later. So we're going to give him, obviously, a chair. Okay, here we go. It's a little box TV. Are we able to get like a gaming set or something? Since he moved around a lot. Okay, hold on. I'm cooking. 1 minute. Let me cook. Let me cook. He moved around a lot, so we're going to have all of his suitcases here. And then we can go back and get the record player and put the record player on top of that. Okay, yes. Would he have this in his room? He probably would. Like, this guy, he would. Who am I kidding? Eddie, out of all of them, definitely has like the messiest room. So I'm gonna have to like set it up to be that, because right now it's way too clean. Would he have a desk? I feel like he would have a desk. Where would we put it? We gotta put in a door first, actually, before I forget. What kind of door would Eddie have? A rainbow door. Oh my god. Let me see here. He probably would. Let me see. You know, I'll put this one in. There we go. Yeah, and we'll move it so that you're like right beside all the clutter the minute you come into the room. Because he was a camp counselor, I'm inclined to go bunk bed, but then it wouldn't make any sense for him to have a bunk bed if he's the only one there. Oh wait, hello. A one-person bunk bed. Maybe it would make sense. Yep, he would have a bunk bed. That makes sense. The dots are connecting. Okay, let's see here. Oh, whoops. We're going to have to bring you in a little. You went out too far. See, I feel like Eddie is so messy, he wouldn't even have like a proper desk. Like, this guy would probably just use like a dining room table and call it a day. Let me see. Like, literally, boom. He's like, that's a desk. Let me see. I guess that they don't have like literally just clothes that you can just dump on the floor, like a pile of clothes, like a pile of laundry. He and Andre are fans of the same movies, so we're gonna have at least some matching posters there. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Guys, this is literally a I know something you don't moment when I saw this pile of letters. This has to be here. It must. You don't understand. They must be there for the lore. For the lore. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Perfection. Absolute perfection. Okay, we're going to put some shoes under the table. More boxes, of course. I feel like, yeah. Eddie is very much like a green, blue, purple person, if you couldn't clearly tell by the insane amount of it in his room. Here we go. Maybe I should do a wooden floor over here, actually. I think that's what's putting me off. And then I can put a rug down. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Maybe dark floors to look like a cabin. Sorry, I'm getting Brain waves. Give me a second. We're shaking things up, baby. Hold on. Wooden paneling. Yeah, we're gonna make this instead look like a cabin. Um, oh my god, this is way smarter. Hold on. Yeah, we're gonna make his room look like it's a camp cabin. Here we are. That's better. He's still gonna keep his white carpet up here though, because you know the 80s loved having random carpet in random places. Okay, here we go. And we're gonna put some stairs here so he can actually get up. Okay, there we go. And then maybe make the carpet brown. Like a brown carpet. Oh, okay. Okay, I think we're figuring it out. Gotta make sure the mic is still on for this epiphany I just had. Okay. Okay, we're actually getting somewhere. Hold on. Okay, and then we're gonna get rid of this. Oh my god. Okay. Ah, look at the handle. The door handle even matches. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, hold on. What about outdoor stuff? Can I see like outdoor plants and just put them inside? No. Okay. I tried. I tried. Okay, let me see. Flags. Even though he didn't go to college, he would have like the flags of like the camps he worked at. So, is there different flags? Okay, good. There is. What ones look like they belong to a camp? No. He'd have a clock somewhere. Even though he's always late, he would have a clock. Let me see. And we're going to put like random skills and activities things in here because you know that man has tried a lot of things. Let me see. You need the guitar, you know, for those campfire songs. He's the type that tries something at least once every time and masters it immediately. Like, that's just the type of character that he is. He's absolutely ridiculous, but I adore him and I hate him at the same time. Okay, let me see here. See, because like I'm seeing a good few things here, but I feel like I would save them for the common area of like things they would all do together. Okay, there we go. I feel like this is Eddie's room. I feel like it suits his vibe that he has going on. Even though I originally wanted to do like a retro 80s, I realized that doesn't really fit him. Even though he's from that decade, he was very much a summer camp counselor type of guy. You know, he wanted to live in the log cabins, he wanted to be in the woods, he probably wanted to be a park ranger. He was one of those type of people. That's who he was. So I feel like this suits him. All that he's missing is the pet dog. Um, but since he didn't have one in real life, I'm not going to give him one in the game. So these are all the characters and their rooms. Let's make sure to assign them to their beds. Going to assign bed to Eddie. There we go. Going to assign bed to Ethel. And then going to assign this bed to, sorry, every, to Andre. I haven't played these characters yet, by the way, so whenever they're interacting, it's very funny to me. Um, Good to know that they're all getting along, though. That's nice. That's great. How is your relationship with all of the characters? Let me see. Just naturally having left them alone. Let me see. Is there a way for me to check relationships? Okay, so he's the same with Andre and Ethel. That's good. They have good relationships. Um, Ethel is actually closer to Eddie than Andre, just by a smidge. Who the fuck is Alvin? Anyway, she's closer to Eddie than Andre, which is actually canon to the show, so that's pretty funny. And then Andre is equally as close to Eddie and Ethel, but not by much. So it's actually pretty funny to me that, like, yeah, okay. Okay, that's fun. Okay, so let's do one final look over of their rooms. This is Andre's bedroom. So Andre's bedroom is very simple, very college student core. He just moved in. He doesn't really have many interests. He's not involved in very many clubs. So he's just kind of chilling here doing whatever, right? This is his room. He has a camera somewhere because he's a photographer. He's chilling, he's writing, he's doing what he's doing. This is Andre's room, very plain, just like him, just for the time being. Then we go into Ethel's room. And Ethel's room, of course, is way more gothic. I wanted to go more medieval with her, but she is modern, as she would say. So a bit more Victorian esque. She's a very intelligent girl, which is why she has so many books, which is why she has the globe. And even on her walls, there's a bunch of science stuff and art related things. She is extremely intelligent. And I wanted to show that in her room. I wanted to show that in her room design, that she may not be intelligent as we put it, such as being like extremely book smart and being a genius who only does science. No, she's smart in other ways. She's very well read, especially for the time period that she came from, and she's very talented and skilled in the arts. So that is Ethel's room. Here we go. And then, Andre, what are you doing in here? Okay, everyone's in here, I guess. Look at them bonding. That's so nice. Anyway, then this is Eddie's bedroom. Eddie's bedroom is more based off of a camp counselor aesthetic. He's very messy compared to everybody else, which is why he has this little cluster over here. He has a bunch of movie posters. He's organized, but he's not, if that makes sense. Like, see here, he has a place for his umbrellas. He has a place for his books. In his own words, he has a place for everything, even if it looks like he doesn't. That is Eddie in a nutshell. Of course, then we have these boards over here, and it is no mistake that the cleanest part of his room is where all the camp counselor things are. So the boards, the badges, all of that. So that makes sense. And of course, he has a water balloon bucket. How lovely. Look at that. Can they use it? They can use it. Okay, we're not going to do that in Eddie's room. Oh, you can actually play with these things. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so they're bonding. That's really nice to see. Very proud of them. And then that is that. So that is their rooms. That was me making my own characters. Why are you embarrassed again? Did you just try to. He tried to flirt with one of them again and failed. Again. Andre, stop doing this. Actually, halt yourself. I had raised you better than this. Oh, did Eddie just flirt? Eddie! Why are you guys flirting? Why are you flirting? What the hell? Okay, they're bonding again, I guess. I don't know. I give up on them. They can do whatever they want. It's not my fault. So, yeah, this is their bedrooms. Those are the characters. And maybe, just maybe, we might decorate the rest of the house in another video if you guys liked this video. If you didn't, that's fine. I will not be returning to this lot. But it was fun to work on their bedrooms and it was fun to make them in The Sims. Just let me know if you want to see more as we decorate the rest of the house. So again, let's just have one more quick look over before we disappear. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Beautiful room. Oh, yeah. I love Ethel's room the most, I think. I think her room is definitely my favorite. Oh my god, they're fighting. Can y'all please? You were just born. Why are you fighting? Okay, here we go. There we go. What is the matter with you now? Unpleasant surroundings. Hates being surrounded by filth and squalor. Eddie, your bestie doesn't like your room anymore. I'm sorry. Are you at least not embarrassed anymore? Oh, he has to pee. Unpleasant surroundings. Get used to it. This is your room. Anyway, let's save this game. Call it a day. I X'd out of the game right as it was about to give Eddie a new trait, which is him being flirty. I. What is happening? Anyway, moving on. Thank you all for joining the video. I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully, I can continue and make more. It was a very long journey to finish this video. First, I got sick, then my trousers got ripped, and the game crashed, but we made it to the end. So, thank you again for sticking around. If you want to see wow. If you want to see more of The Sims, particularly using my own OCs, let me know. If you have any questions, also let me know in the comments. And if you're curious onto where these OCs came from, or if you want to see more of their actual story, well, my team and I made an animated trailer that you can also find on this YouTube account. So have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!